What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to the latest Liverpool transfer news video. In this video I compiled all the biggest and latest Liverpool transfer news that you guys need to know about. And the first big news is that Wilfried Zaha has told Crystal Palace at the end of the season that he wants to leave the club and he wants to go to a fellow Premier League club who will play in the Champions League. And there are not a lot of options because Manchester City don't need any new wingers. Chelsea have a transfer ban, and at the moment Tottenham and Liverpool are the only other two clubs who will play in the Champions League. And there is a big question whether Tottenham will spend the required big money that is needed to secure Wilfried Zaha's future at their club. So I don't think Tottenham would spend 60-70 million on Wilfried Zaha, but Liverpool can, because Liverpool posted a big profit last season of 125 million pounds. So we have about 150 million pounds to spend in the summer, and that doesn't mean that Jurgen Klopp will spend all of it, but we have the money available. So let me know in the comments below, do you want Liverpool to sign Wilfried Zaha? Would he be a good option? He just recorded his best ever season for Crystal Palace, scoring 10 goals and getting 10 assists for a team who was battling against relegation. I think those are very, very good numbers, contributing to 20 goals in total. And Zaha is 26 years old and he is a brilliant player. I've been saying this for years, that Zaha will play for a big club again. I think he joined Manchester United too early in his career, and he actually only played 4 games for Manchester United in total, according to his Wikipedia page, which is very, very few. He played for Crystal Palace before that and after the failed Man City transfer, and he also played the season at Cardiff City on loan. But yeah, he is now a winger who scores about 8 to 10 goals on average every season at Crystal Palace. And I will have a very interesting interview with Wilfried Zaha that I will tell you guys about. But basically, the Daily Mail is saying that Zaha have informed Crystal Palace chairman Steve Parish that he wants to play for a fellow Champions League club. And there is a feeling at Crystal Palace that if Zaha leaves the club and Crystal Palace get a huge money for him, something like 60, 70, some say that they want 80 million pounds, then I think Crystal Palace wouldn't be too sad to lose him, because with 80 million they could really strengthen the team and sign 3 or 4 really quality players that could help Crystal Palace. Even though Zaha is probably Crystal Palace's most dangerous player, I think he has outgrown the club, and I really think that Liverpool have a chance of getting him. And Zaha himself says that he has the motivation and the ambition to play in the Champions League because he wants to experience Champions League football, and he thinks that he is good enough to play Champions League football, and frankly I agree with him. And this is what Wilfried Zaha said about his ambition. He said, "For me to be better, to achieve what I know I am capable of, I have to aim to play at the very highest level, to win trophies. I have to experience the Champions League. I just need the opportunity, that's it. And I will do the rest." So Zaha has the highest ambitions, and I think he would fit in perfectly at Liverpool. He's still quite a young player, 26 years old, so he can develop into a superstar at Liverpool. And I think if Liverpool are interested in Zaha, he would jump at the chance to sign for them. I still think that he has a grudge against Manchester United with the way they treated him. And basically Zaha said that David Moyes and his staff at Manchester United tried to break him in every way possible and destroy his career for no reason. And it was very unfortunate for Zaha, because Sir Alex Ferguson signed Zaha actually, but then he announced his retirement, so Zaha basically was inherited by David Moyes. And we have seen it many times that managers who didn't sign a player sometimes don't get along with that player, and maybe they want him out of the club. But still, how David Moyes treated Zaha at Manchester United is just unacceptable and unexplainable, because he was a very, very exciting, very good young player. And Zaha said it was an opportunity of a lifetime, the chance to play for Manchester United. It was beyond anything that he could have hoped for. And Zaha treated it that way. And he said this, and I quote, "I tried my hardest in every training session to show what I could do." But Zaha recalls an incident which left a really bad taste in his mouth. He said, when Moyes took me out of the Champions League squad and put in Adnan Januzaj, who had never played for the first team before, I knew then that this is way bigger than I ever thought, and it has gone way beyond footballing reasons. When it was not about football or ability, what could I do? And when Van Gaal came into the Manchester United team and he appointed Ryan Giggs as his assistant manager, basically, Zaha's future was decided on just one training session, even though Wayne Rooney told Zaha that he has trained the best. He said that they had a meeting with Van Gaal, and Van Gaal told him this: "We just don't think you are good enough." So I said, "Okay, then I just want to go out on loan." So Zaha in the end went out on loan to Palace, and then they signed him permanently in January the next year. Zaha still feels a grudge against Manchester United, I think, because he said this: "Not being given a fair opportunity to play at all and being called a flop at Manchester United is what hurt me even more. How can I be a flop if I wasn't given a fair chance? I see Kylian Mbappe, Ousmane Dembele, these types of players, and dribbling wise I'm up there with them, but they have been given the platform to perform in the Champions League and in the big leagues. Every day I wanted to go on Twitter or Instagram and say something, but I couldn't. That would be unprofessional." But Zaha continued, "But I'm better prepared mentally to deal with any situation I'm faced with now, as I was a little fish in a big pond. From that grind, going out on loan, nobody believing in me, I've built that self-belief in myself. The experience has given me even more and proved that I can do anything if I believe in myself. As long as I continue to work hard and remain dedicated, nothing will get in the way of me reaching my goals." So Zaha still has the right mentality and the right attitude, but he's right, he needs a platform, he needs a club where he can play Champions League football. And Liverpool could make as much as £100 million this summer from outgoing transfers, according to a Daily Mail article where, you know, Marco Grujic and Harry Wilson are among the players that Liverpool potentially could sell. Marco Grujic is valued at 20 million and Hertha Berlin want to buy him. Their CEO said that they will phone up Jurgen Klopp and ask about the transfer. Nathaniel Klein is available for 15 million after his loan spell. Mignolet is available for 14 million if any club wants to buy him. I would still keep the likes of Harry Wilson and maybe Ryan Kent at the club, but it's true that they need opportunities, and I'm not sure with Liverpool trying to be this almost perfect Manchester City side whether Harry Wilson or Ryan Kent could play enough games to really develop. And Harry Wilson has developed fantastically with Derby County. They beat Leeds United away from home 4-2. Harry Wilson scored from a penalty, and Derby will have a chance to get promoted into the Premier League in a playoff final against Aston Villa. It's going to be epic, and I really hope that Harry Wilson gets promoted with Derby, because that would just give him even more confidence. And Harry Wilson scored 16 goals this season already, which is very impressive in my opinion. And I think that Liverpool should keep him just 1 year and give him a chance. Play him in the League Cup, in the FA Cup, and in some Premier League games against smaller sides, and just see how he copes with Premier League football, and also with you know, the added pressure of playing for Liverpool. But I don't think we will sell Harry Wilson. He just had such an outstanding season at Derby County. He's probably the most talented young player who was out on loan this season. And Paul Joyce, a Liverpool Echo journalist, said that Van Dijk could be the next to be awarded with a new extended contract. He said this: "Virgil van Dijk should be among the next group of players to be rewarded given his impact. The evolution of the club's strategy under owners FSG means where once they spent to buy, now money is spent to retain the big players. The contract extensions of 8 players since last April, including Mo Salah, Mane, Firmino, means the combined incremental cost of wage rises alone is between 150 and 200 million pounds. So Liverpool not only invested into the squad in terms of buying big players like Alisson, like Van Dijk, but we also invested massively into the wages. Now our wages are on par with the likes of Manchester City, Manchester United and Chelsea, while before, like 3, 4, 5 years ago, our wages were around the Arsenal wages. But I think Liverpool needed to up the wage bill just to secure some of the best players in the world, and Van Dijk, Alisson, definitely some of the best players in their position. And according to the Independent newspaper, so 151 million was a big money pool that Liverpool had from television appearances alone. That's a huge payout, and honestly I'm really happy that Liverpool are now, it looks like, a very good, well-run, self-sustainable club. So the owners don't have to put in money like the Manchester City owners are doing or the Chelsea owner is doing. Liverpool can, with the commercial opportunities and with the big Premier League deal, sustain themselves, and that's very good to see. And Dejan Lovren gave an interview where he said, we are again one of the contenders for the title next year. So Dejan Lovren already looking forward to the Premier League season next year. But first, let's try and win the Champions League final. But next year is going to be even more exciting than this year, because Liverpool will be genuine title contenders from the first day of the season, and with that comes added pressure but also added excitement for the fans. So Dejan Lovren said this: when you look back on the last 3 years, it was every season improvement and development. And when Klopp came, every year we did better and better. Last season we did quite well, we had quite a lot of injuries and reached the final of the Champions League. This year with new players we reached second place with 97 points. It's incredible, but again, the final of the Champions League, we are in there, so definitely we are again one of the contenders for next year to do something great. With this team we can only improve, and I agree with Lovren. I think Liverpool should be aiming every year to try and win the Premier League and win the Champions League as well. And of course, if we come short in one or both competitions, it's fine, but you have to take steps every year. And I think Liverpool have improved every single year under Jurgen Klopp. I think we are among the top 5 strongest clubs in world football. And Dejan Lovren said this: we are still young and we learn every day something new, and that is what matters, to keep this team all together in one place. Of course, if there are new challenges, if there are new improvements to come, I mean new players, they are always welcomed. But when you look at the quality, it's really already quite high. It would be a lie if I don't admit that we are of course disappointed that we didn't win the title. We won the last game at Anfield and we came to the dressing room. It felt strange. We had so many points, 97. We made history for this club when we talk about points. When you look back, we cannot be satisfied. We gave everything this season. It was a brilliant season, especially at Anfield. And I think the fans really enjoyed it, especially the game against Barca. So at the end, we have another final, and I'm sure we will come back with big smiles. Dejan Lovren said that Liverpool can't have any regrets really, because they gave everything, and everything they left on the pitch, they couldn't have done a lot more than this. But next season Liverpool will have to aim to win every game in the Premier League and to get to 100 plus points, because that's what will be needed to win the title, I think. So let me know, guys, what do you think about all this in the comments below, and thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. See you later. Goodbye.